Hi there, everybody. Tom here. Hope you're doing all right during this. What's that? So sorry. I think this isolation business is really starting to affect my sleeping patterns. I'm really finding it difficult at the moment to, get my head down at night. And if I am able to drift off, I have the most bizarre dreams. How do I even describe them? Well, I suppose you could say they're a little bit like this. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire and the bedclothes conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First the counterpane goes and uncovers your toes and the sheet slip demurely from under you. Next the blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles, so terribly sharp is the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss till there's nothing twixt you in the ticking. Then the bedclothes will creep to the ground in a heap, so you pick 'em all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. Will you get some repose in the form of a doze, your hot eyeballs and head ever aching? But your slumbering teams from such terrible dreams that you'd very much rather be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're picking a treat, penny ice and cold meat with a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde and they've all came abroad at Sloane Square and South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey you find your attorney who's crossing that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized, so you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. So you're driving like mad with this singular lad. By the by, the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing round games and he calls you bad names when you tell him that tides pay the dealer. Well, this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand and you find you're as cold as an icicle. In your shirt and your socks, the black silk with gold clocks crossing Salisbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or rather invested in. And he's telling the tars all the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices, all good from cough mixtures and cables, which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as if they were all vegetables. You get a good spaceman to plant a small tradesman, first take off his boots with a boot tree, and his legs will take root and his fingers will shoot and they'll blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer tree you get grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple and cranberries, while the pastry chef planned Jerry Brandy will grant apple puffs and three corners and banberries. The shares are a penny and ever so many are taken from Rothschild and Baring, and just as a few are allotted to you, you awake with a shudder despairing. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor and your flesh is a creep and your left leg's a sheep, and you've needles and pins from your soles to your shins with a cramp in your toes and a fly in your nose and fluff in your lung and a feverish tongue and a thirst that's intense and a general sense that you haven't been sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed, and it's daylight at last, and the night has been long, ditto, ditto, my song. And thank goodness the both of them are over. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, though. Anyway, God bless. Bye.